They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mark Sanchez, quarterback, USC.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Hello, Slidward sports fans. It is Friday morning. We just finished up Thursday Night Football. It's Friday the 13th. This is Mike. Matt's not here right now. He's traveling. He's doing his own thing. I'm going to record this segment by myself. I'm going to recap Thursday Night Football. Matt will be back on the rest of the show. I'm just going to recap the Thursday night game. Before I do that, make sure to follow us on Twitter at SlurWSports. Tell your friends to subscribe. You guys subscribe to all podcast platforms. Rate us 5 stars, maybe even 4. I don't care. We'll take the criticism. Just be nice with the criticism and the 4. Constructive criticism, you know. Anyway, with that, let's talk about the game. Jameis Winston coming into it 0-12 in his last 12 starts on the road. Let me tell you this. No one beats Jameis Winston 13 times in a row on the road. Jameis Winston, he's a winner. National champion. He eats dubs. Worst pregame speech of all time. Who cares? Jameis Winston, he did it. He played within himself today, and he made it happen. No interceptions, no fumbles. Great game. Good game for Jameis. I don't want to talk about Jameis yet. I want to talk about the last play, because that's what everyone wants to talk about. Christian McCaffrey gets the direct snap. You know what this tells me? It's a trick play. It's a trick play. Ron Rivera, no confidence in that offensive line. They're getting their ass kicked all night. They can't get a push. The Bucs defense, Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh, they're just torturing. They're terrorizing that Carolina offensive line all night. Ron Rivera had no confidence. They couldn't get the push. They knew a quarterback sneak or a quarterback power to Cam Newton wasn't going to work. Cam didn't have that push. He didn't have the leg strength to get it up. He's been hurt. He's banged up. And the offensive line not getting a push, it ain't going to help. It's just, it is what it is. You got to get the ball in your best player's hands as well. People can be like, oh, Cam Newton, he's 6'5", he's huge, he's going to fall forward. Put the ball in your best player's hand. You give the ball to Christian McCaffrey right there. I know he didn't have a good game, but you want the ball in your best player's hand. He can make something happen. That's where it's got to be. Cam Newton, he's hurt, he's banged up. That's where the ball's got to be. He didn't make the play. Vernon Hargreaves, he read the play off the edge. He blew it up. He blew it up. He made the perfect play. He made the perfect read. Panthers didn't execute the play. I like the play call. I did like the play call. I mean, I just said it. You got to put the ball in your best player's hand. They did that. They just didn't execute it. They ran the fake Philly special. Cam Newton set up in that little slot to tight end spot. He was too slow. The snap didn't get there in time. They clearly saw Cam Newton wasn't going to take the snap, and he was doing something funky. They went with the fake reverse. No one bit. Vernon Hargreaves read it like a book, and he made the play. It was close. I mean, I don't think he got there. It was close enough to get the review, and it stood. I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. Other than that, Todd Bowles, all the credit in the world to him. His defense wasn't phenomenal tonight. Shaq Barrett, 3 sacks. People were going to say that Cam Newton was injured. He's banged up. That was the reason that he had that terrible game. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's banged up as people make him out are making it out. I think he's more rusty than he is banged up. But that Bucs defense, what they did tonight, they made him so uncomfortable. Vita Vea and Ndamukong, Shaq Barrett, they were in the backfield every play. They knocked Cam on his ass every single play. Todd Bowles was running all these things for his defensive line to get them in the backfield and make Cam Newton uncomfortable. They shut down McCaffrey. They shut him down. 37 yards for McCaffrey, 16 carries, 2.1 yards per carry. That's one of the best players in the NFL. They shut him down. It was a great night for Todd Bowles and his defense. I didn't expect that from the Bucs defense. I did not think they were that good. I'm starting to really like this Bucs defense, especially that secondary and that front. that secondary with Vernon Hargraves, Carlton Davis, who's the other guy? Jordan Whitehead, is that his name? Jermaine Whitehead? Jordan Whitehead? I think it's Jordan Whitehead. He had a great game. All around, great effort from the Bucs. Jameis, he played a good game. He played within himself. Didn't do too much. He helped his teammates out. His teammates helped him out. Peyton Barber, he was consistent on the ground. He fought for every yard he could get. He didn't start the night too hot, but after that, he picked it up. He was fighting for every yard. I loved it. Chris Godwin had a night. He was a great number 2 receiver with Mike Evans. He had like 10 receptions for 100 yards. You can't ask for any more than that. I do want to shout out Greg Olsen for the Panthers. He was busted up all night, and he's a warrior. He's been a warrior his whole career. Greg Olsen, man, he's one of the greats. He's one of the greats of all time. Bucs, I'm excited to see what this Bucs can do. I didn't expect this defense to be so much improved. They did it without Devin White, their big NFL draft pick this past draft, top 10 pick out of LSU. He didn't play at all tonight. He was, I don't know what the issue is with him. I just know he went to the locker room like immediately. He didn't even play. I want to see what the Bucs can do because I'm still not sold on the Saints. I want to see what the Falcons can do. So I think the NFC is wide open. NFC South. The NFC South is wide open. And let's see. Sunday Night Football, Falcons. Saints, Rams. Big games for the NFC South this weekend. And me and Matt are going to talk about that here in a second. We're going to do all the pick'ems for every single game. Last thing I want to say, because Matt isn't here to comment on it, Sam Darnold, he got mono. I don't know what it is with this Jets team. They can't catch a break. This is the most New York thing in the world. New York sports teams, the Mets, the Jets, the Knicks, this is just their MO. Whenever they didn't have a good start with the Bills, but we were talking about them earlier. They're supposed to be this up-and-coming team. And then Sam Darnold gets mono. He's your young quarterback. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it from the Jets. I'm rooting for the Jets. Quinnen Williams and C.J. Mosley didn't practice today. They're questionable for Monday. I think they're going to play. I really do think they're going to play. And all this build-up we've had with the Jets, Le'Veon's getting an MRI. I think this is just, it's going to be like what Oakland did to Denver on Monday night. I think they're just going to be like, we got to win this. The media's all over us. We struggled against the Bills. We got to go out there and prove everyone wrong. I think the Jets are just going to play phenomenally on defense. I really do. We're going to talk about that game later, so it doesn't matter. But I just want to say, come on, Sam. You can't be getting mono. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. We're going to get in the show now. Me and Matt, we'll talk about the rest. We're going to start with the USA basketball, and then we'll go right into the picks. All right, Matt. The United States basketball team, we knew they were going to stink, but they were still supposed to win it all. It's still USA basketball. USA basketball is the best. But they went out, they stunk. They lost to Frankie Nicotine, the worst player in the NBA. The Knicks don't even want to start him. They lost to France with Evan Fournier and Rudy Gobert. I'm not even going to call them Team USA. Team Celtics plus Donovan Mitchell, they stunk. They embarrassed themselves, and you know what else is wrong? They lost on 9/11. A day, an American, in an international game, you cannot get embarrassed on. You got to win those games. Matt, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, I agree. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I will address the whole 9/11 thing. First of all, I didn't think they were winning. I mean, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, they are the best team. They're still the most talented team. It just didn't feel like they were winning. They just, whatever they don't gel together, but at least you can go away saying, hey, at least 3 of the 5 starters aren't all going to have to gel together for the Celtics this season. But regardless, they just it's like they never wanted it. It's like they were all, if someone's playing bad, they didn't try to find a way to get that guy going, or they didn't just try to find a way to benefit the team if they weren't shooting well, because there are other ways to benefit the team. Like if you're 2 for 8, don't go 2 for 12. Find another way to benefit the team. Regardless, I just think I agree with the 9/11 thing. And if it's international, we said international. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing too: it is such an American thing to just go out there and dominate some country that wasn't even involved in the incident just because it's on the date. Like, that is what America is founded on. exerting our dominance against someone for no reason at all.
It's like this team didn't have any pride, no American pride. The Celtics
No
should be
American.
ashamed. I don't even. The Celtics are un-American, as far as I'm concerned. They can go back to Ireland.
I don't think that's true.
Send them back to Ireland. They're un-American. They're done. Is Frankie Nicotine? Frank, I don't even know how to say his last name. That's why I just call him Frankie Nicotine. Frank Ntilikina. Does he own the Celtics now? They got to play him 4 times a year. Does he own Kemba Walker? Because I think the Knicks are in their head.
I'm gonna look up Celtics versus Knicks and just see what that.
This is a new team. These are 2 new teams. These are 2 new teams.
New team. Okay.
Yeah, these are new teams.
I don't know. Here's the thing, though. He legitimately, he just played better than Kemba Walker. He had a better game than Kemba Walker.
He had a really good game.
That's true.
I think they're actually. I don't think he's supposed to start for this Knicks team, and they were trying to get rid of him for like a 2nd round pick during the draft. But
it's because he's not good.
He is good. He can play. He's like one of the best defensive point guards in the NBA.
Yeah, okay. He can't score.
You don't have to score. You got to pass and play defense as a point guard.
It's not that he's one of the best. He is a slightly above average.
No. He's like one of the best NBA point guards.
NBA point guards? You mean defensive point guards?
Yeah, he's one of the best defensive, and he's one of the best on defense as an NBA point guard. I was gonna say, his defense would be even better if he had any talent around him that could play defense also.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. But I mean, I'm not losing sleep over missing out on
If you're the Knicks and you sweep the Boston Celtics 4-0 and you get a top 5 pick, is it an awesome season for you? Is it the best possible scenario for you?
Yeah, it's up there.
You got to get the Sixers too. You got to at least split with the Sixers and still get the top 5 pick.
I don't know. If you just went for it, depends. Does that 4-0 matter? Does that change the Celtics from getting like a 3rd seed to a 4th seed?
It doesn't
If
change.
So, then yes.
It has no effect on the Celtics except for you own them. You're 4-0 against them.
Yeah, I guess that's important.
If you get a top 3 pick and you go 4-0 against the Celtics, I feel like they're not going to make the playoffs. So that's the best possible thing that can happen.
I will say, going into this podcast, I'm just so happy that the NFL is back, and I do have to say the absolute last thing I want to even think about is the fucking New York Knicks and their garbage ass franchise. I don't even want to think about it, and I'm kind of frustrated that we're talking about the Knicks right now.
It's been a hard week for Knicks, Jets, and Mets fans. You got to let them get the one they finally got. They finally got one winner this week. It was tough.
They do have one winner. We can give it to them. I'm just saying.
It was tough, especially even if you're a Giants fan. It's been a tough stretch for New York sports fans. At least they got the Yankees. They got the Yankees. The Yankees be good. All right. With that, let's jump into the picks for the week. We're not going to pick Thursday's game because the podcast will be recorded after Thursday's game and it'll be uploaded. It won't matter. Did you want to pick it just for the record?
Well, let's just pick it for the record.
All right. Let's not break it down. Let's just get a pick.
6.5. I feel like Vegas is not factoring in that Winston's going to give them at least 9 points from turnovers.
I actually have a fun fact about quarterbacks and point values for spreads. Last week, Eli Manning was the only quarterback to give up a point as a quarterback. Everyone else was either even or they get 3 points. Eli Manning gave a point to the Cowboys because he's such a bad quarterback.
As far as like his play?
Yeah, so the Giants would have been +1 just because of Eli.
What about Winston?
I believe he was even or somewhere around there before then. Eli was the only negative.
I don't know what you're looking at, and I don't know the stats that go into that, but that is wrong.
It's not wrong. Eli's way worse than Jameis Winston. Anyway,
Winston threw 2 pick sixes.
I know, that was a bad game. That was a bad game by Winston.
What about Baker? Threw 3 interceptions, 1 pick six, and a safety?
This was before the games.
Oh. But yeah, that was a wrong assumption.
It's an assumption stat, but that's how Vegas, I think, they use it somehow. Anyway, let's talk about it. Tampa, Carolina. Carolina, 6.5 point favorite at home, Thursday Night Football. Who you got?
Oh, I got Carolina for sure.
Panthers by 6.5? Yeah, I mean, that's the good move. I'm going to